Hello everyone, my name is Debbie Gibson and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In Ontario, Canada. If you're looking for a demonstrator and you live in Canada, I would be happy to have you join my team. Today we're going to make a fun and a little bit something different. So let's get started. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make a calendar. And what I'm going to do is use one of these little calendars and my Piece on Earth stamp set and dies, and a piece of Secret Sea. Oh, I forgot my paper. Hold on one second, I have to get some DSP. Oh my goodness, how can I forget that? Okay, as I was saying, that's the joy of doing videos, right? Okay, so my piece of DSP is the Secret Sea, and I'm going to cut it this way this time at 4 1/4. And then turn it this way and score it at 5 1/2. Make sure you do the scoring though, not the cutting tool. And on this piece here, I'm going to, actually I think I can do it this way. So I'm going to cut a piece at 4 by 4. And this is in inches. These little calendars are so much fun to have. I have one all the time now on my desk and I use it constantly. Okay, so you can do this two ways. I'm going to score it, my first one, at 1/2 inch. Now you can do it on this way, which is what I like to do, or you can do it over here. But when I do it like this, I just find it's a little bit like awkward. But you can do it like that. However, I'm going to do it this way so that the paper's more toward the right. So I'm scoring it at 1/2 inch. Then all I'm going to do is take my paper and turn it. So you can see there's, I think you can see it, yeah, there's the score line there. So I'm turning it the opposite way. So it's at 1/2 inch, and now I'm going to score it at 2 inches. And then move it over to 3 1/2. And score it again. So basically I have like 1/2 inch on each side and it's scored 2 inches down the middle. Then I'll bring in a piece of my DSP. Whoops. And I'm going to cut it. I just want to make sure I have the right way looking here. I think that looks right. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that is the cutting done. I have already, pre-die cut these items. So from my die cuts here, I have the dove, little tiny letter, and from these two dies here, so this is the letter, and actually when you die cut it you get 2 of them, my dove and the 2 tags for the sentiment. So I think what I'll do first is maybe put this together. Bring in my bone folder here. And then on the score lines, you're just going to burnish it. That's the 2 inch one down, right down the middle. On the 1/2 inch ones, you're going to fold it upwards like this, and then burnish it. Turn it over and do the same thing on the opposite side. So it's going to look like this. going to glue my paper on, my DSP, before I do anything else. How pretty, oops, upside down, but how pretty is the other side? And you could use that side if you wanted to, but because of what I'm doing, I just, I don't want it to look super busy. Make sure you have that the right way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just put some glue on one of these. And I like to do it, whoops, open up here. There. I like to do it so the glue is going to go down on the back side first. And you're just going to line it up across the bottom. A little bit of an edge on each side here. And then, whoops, and then just like push that down and have the glue hold. Then put some glue, I think you can see this, on the top part of the edge here. And then when you fold this, so you can see the glue is there now, when you fold this over, that's going to catch it. Then when you stand it, you can see it'll stand up like that, like a little easel. It's a little easel calendar. I've been making these now for a few years actually, because they're just kind of fun to do. Now what I like to do is, okay, I'm going to tear this off so that you can see the calendar itself. And I'm putting mine towards the bottom. Like that. Whoop. Just going to let that all dry. Bring in my stamp set, the Peace on Earth one. And I'm going to use the Big Hugs for a Good Friend, because that is a saying that could be used, like, seen all year with this paper. It's not necessarily just for Christmas. You could use, you know, any of these other ones as well, but I'm going to use Big Hugs for a Good Friend. Bring in my white and my Secrecy stamp pad. And what I'm doing is stamping it more towards the right-hand side so that it'll leave rooms for my dove to go on as well. Okay. And I do like to put these away right away so I don't lose them, because ask me how I know. It has happened where things get stuck in a different stamp set. Okay, now for my dove, I have a Stampin' Write marker pen, or actually it's not a marker, well it is a marker, I guess they call it a marker. And it has the two ends. I'm just using the little blunt tip end, and all I'm going to do is just one little dot like that, just for his eye. You can kind of see, whoop, there. And oh, let's see, I'll just bring down my peach pie, and just ever so lightly, just a little tiny bit for his beak. There, now he kind of comes to life with a face on him of some sort. Then, whoop, I think I'm bringing it in. Hold on a minute. Put the lid back on so I don't get covered. There we go. Okay, so I have some, this is my little Stampin' Spot that I have cloud cover in. I'm going to use one of my daubers. Just pick up some of that ink. And I'm just going to ever so lightly just kind of go around my dove here, just to give it a little bit of color so it's not just totally all pure white looking. This cloud cover might be a little bit tricky for you to see it because it is kind of on the lighter tone, but that's my intent here. I want to keep it a little bit lighter here. I think you can pick that up there. Might be a little bit hard to see it on the camera. Just do it a little bit more so that maybe you can see it a bit better. But I'm really just going around the edges. There, I think you can see that maybe a bit better. Now what I want to do is just kind of with my bone folder, just kind of curve his feathers in here a bit so that he looks like he's flying. Bring in some dimensionals. I'm going to put the dimensionals on the back of my sentiment here. Take these off. It's always nice that you can see the backings now that I'm coloring them. Oh, okay, put this on here. Then I want to bring in, let's see, do I want to glue him down? We could put actually a couple of the smaller dimensionals. Where are they? Here they are. On the bird. But I want to kind of just put a little tiny bit of Tombow right on the corner here of the little letter. The glue doesn't want to come out. There we go. And I just want to put it right kind of like that, like the bird's carrying the letter. Then I'm just going to put it like that. There. Now I'm just going to glue this down onto my calendar easel. Like that. And let me see here, I'd forgotten. Here they are. These are the hues of blue flowers. Pretty little gems. So let's just pick one up maybe from each of the colors here. There we go. And that is the calendar. So you'd have that all year, and this is like a 12-month of the year calendar. So I hope you like that and hope you give it a try. And have a wonderful day, and we shall talk soon again. Thanks for joining. Bye now.